Nick Peterson here with tinywoodstove.com, and I'm sitting inside my home, which is a 1966 Airstream Overlander, and live with my wife and our 2 kids. And our goal with our trailer was to make it off-grid so that we could park anywhere and have our basic needs met. So a wood-burning stove was really important to us. So we looked long and hard in finding what we felt was the best stove for our space. And since then, we've kind of stumbled into our business that we're Tiny Wood Stove, where we're offering stoves, components, accessories for small wood stoves in tiny spaces like trailers, tiny houses, tents, cabins, boats. Stoves currently on the market are expensive, don't have all the features that we were looking for, and so we've worked hard over the last couple of months really to design our own small wood stove. So I'd like to introduce to you the Dwarf. It's going to come in 3 sizes: a 5 kilowatt, 4 kilowatt, and 3 kilowatt. The Salamander Hobbit, which we are currently using, is a 4 kilowatt, so our 4 kilowatt will be roughly the same size, and it'll have all the same features as the Hobbit, except a couple extra features like a top baking oven and some tall cast iron legs, wood storage stand. It'll have direct air intake as well, and the price will be a lot more competitive than what you can get this guy for, or a lot of the other stoves on the market. So just want to introduce a little more in depth the Dwarf and how you can get involved in getting it at a great price early on. So let's take a look. Here is the Dwarf 5 kilowatt. It's going to be the largest of our line. So we'll have 3 separate stoves. We'll have the 5 kilowatt, which is roughly 20,000 BTUs, weighs in at 150 pounds. And we'll have the 4 kilowatt, 15,000 BTUs, 120 pounds roughly. And then the 3 kilowatt, 10,000 BTUs, 100 pounds. And you can see the dimensions there. Really just 3 different sizes to fit different space needs. A lot of the really small stoves on the market are not real ideal for full-time heating in little tiny houses or cabins or RVs. It's nice to have a little bit bigger of a firebox so you can get closer to overnight burns, and you don't have to stoke as much. So I feel like these stoves really do a good job with full-time applications. Really the body construction is super thick. This is 5/16 plated steel, and then we have 3/16 for the sidewalls, and then the interior components, the fire grate, the coal bar, the interior components minus the fire bricks are cast iron. Stove is very efficient and has 3 air controls. You have your primary, then your secondary, and then your tertiary there at the top, which also is your air wash to keep your glass clean. The stove has a 4-inch flue. The 5 kilowatt and 4 kilowatt is a 4-inch flue. The 3 kilowatt is a 3-inch flue, and it can be exited out the top, or optionally out the back, depending on your installation setup. If you're in a narrow space, you might want to exit out the top. If you want to use the whole top as a cook surface, then exiting out the back is for you. The Dwarf can burn coal really right out of the box. You don't need to do any special upgrades. It has a mechanical riddling grate, which is really ideal for coal. It allows ash just to fall down through the grate into the pan in the bottom, and keeps the coal burning hot. The legs of the Dwarf are removable and will have optional tall cast iron legs. They'll come stock with the stubby steel legs. It also has levelers, or a way to anchor the stove down on the bottom. Other optional upgrades besides the tall cast iron legs will include a a wood storage stand, and an optional top baking oven for the 5 kilowatt. So on top of the 5 kilowatt here, you'll have a small square oven that gives you an interior baking space of 10 by 10. So you can put 2 loaves of bread in there, or a small casserole dish, muffins, pie pan. And there will also be an option for direct air intake for the primary and secondary combustion. Thanks for checking out the Dwarf. We're excited to bring this little stove to market, and we are going to start production with the 4 kilowatt. We're launching a little self Kickstart to help pay for the engineering costs, the tooling, and the molds. We need to sell roughly 20 units to break even. So we're offering a 20% discount plus 20% off installation kit, plus a free little parts kit, shovel, little tong tool, some fire starters to go along with that. So check out our Kickstart page at tinywoodstove.com/dwarf. Thanks. Oh, and I forgot to mention that right now the timeline is looking like June 2016. We'd have this stove line up and delivered to our customers. So thanks.